Kia ora tātou, welcome to another lesson of a Waiata. This one is called Pioioi, a nice classic. I'm sure most of you who have hung around the marae or just been at a guitar party somewhere, or you might have just been out and about, have probably heard this song somewhere along the line. A very happy tune, and we're going to do this in the key of A. Just like the other videos, timestamped, so there's going to be two versions. The first one is for an absolute beginner, and we're going to play that in the open chord position. You're going to have to know an A major, an E major, and a D major. No need for bar chords in that version, and that's going to be the first one. But for those who want to play it with a bar chord, we're going to do that as well, and that's going to be at a particular timestamp, which you can go to right now. Same chords, but just in the bar chord form. Alright, let's get into this. Cool, so for our beginners, absolute beginners, we're going to start off with an A major. So our A major is just our first finger on the second fret of the D string, and our second finger is straight underneath that on the G second fret, and right underneath that is going to be our third finger, which is going to go on the second fret of the B. Our high E is open. You don't play the low E, but you do play that A because it is an A major chord, and you should get that. Now you need all those notes to ring out nice and clearly. Okay, you can hear all of those notes come through. And we're not going to play this low E. Now with me, my thumb is a little bit long, and so I actually mute the top string like that. But if you can't do that, kei te pai, just give it your best shot. That's all good. Just might take you a little bit of practice to not hit that low E, right? And that's your A chord. So the way that this is done, it's done with an A at first, then it's going to go to an E in the intro. Then it goes back to an A, then it goes back to an E with two accented notes. Alright, so we're going to go Ka pioioi he tohu aroha hukaina e hoki maira. Alright, so that's the intro. And the E chord is simply second finger on the second fret of the A string. Third finger is straight underneath that on the third fret of the D string, and your first finger should be like so on the G, first fret. Alright, and you're going to have an open high E and B. So there's your E, there's your B, and also the low E comes into this one. So you're going to play all 6 strings right across like that. And so you should have your E chord, which is the 5 chord of A major. And A major is the 1 chord. Okay, so A is your 1 chord, then it goes to the E chord, then it goes back to the A chord, and then with this song, when I do the intro, I do 2 accented strums just going down on that E chord. So we'll go Ka pioioi he tohu aroha hukaina e hoki maira. Alright, and that's the intro over. Now when the lead singer or the kaya would go e hoki maira, usually that's when all the group starts to sing as well, if you have a kapahaga group with you, or if you've got a vocal group, you've got a choir or something to back you up. Sure. But to start off the actual song itself, we're going to go back to an A chord. E hoki maira kia kite, and to D. Iwi e rota rota te I, e rota rota te D, e kata kata to A, ira back to E. Pūkana whet, te ro pūkana whet. We're hitting A and we're moving on to the D. Da 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 da, and now E, and we have reached the E. Go to D, and we're gonna go to A. Turn around on the E. Alright, so this is how it goes. Pupuhi ai e te hau, ka pohi o au kuroi mata. Ka pioioi, ka pioioi he tohu aroha hukaina. And that's pretty much the song, right? because during that part of the song, other than at the start, it just goes around on that 1 4 5 4 1 5 progression. So what we're playing to get that D chord. Okay, so to get the D chord, you want your first finger on the D string of the 2nd fret, right there, and then your 3rd finger goes on the 3rd fret of the B string, and your 2nd finger goes on the high E 2nd fret. Now we don't play the low A, we don't play this string here, or the low E, we only play from the D string down, so you should get this. Alright, nice and clear notes, as per usual. And so, as we get that is your D chord. So remember, we're going from an A. E hoki mai ra, kia kite atu D. Go now to the E, da 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 to D, and back to A, and turn around on E right now. Alright? And puhi mai e te hau ka pohi o aku to the D. Da 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 E, da 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 D, and A after this now, and turn around on E. Da da da, pukana da ba da ba, and that's pretty much it. Now when it gets to the end of the verse and you sing the ka pioioi he tohu aroha haukaina, that's pretty much turning you around, and then you go back to the top. E hoki mai ra, e hoki mai ra. Now there's a jam along track at the end of this video, or towards the end of this video, that you can play along with. There's going to be 2 different ways that I play it in there. The first part, so because this is what I said, you go through the song twice. The first part will be with the open chords, and then the second part I'm going to do it with the bar chords, because they're in the second section of this video. I'm going to teach you how to play it in the bar chords if you want to have a go at that. Alright, so for those who want to play this in bar chord mode, I'm going to use only 2 chord shapes for this. I'm going to use the E bar chord shape for the 6th string bar chord, and then I'm going to use the A shape bar chord as well. And the beauty about bar chords is that you don't really need to change the shape too much. You just have to build up the hand strength and the finger dexterity if you're just starting out. Once you get bar chords though, you're pretty much away, and you can start really making out some really unique voicings. Right? And then you can move on. So for this bar chord, we're going to be playing it in A major. So that means that we're going to be using the 5th fret as our bar to create the A with that E shape. So we're going to bar right across the 5th fret, and then our 2nd finger is going to make the 5th note of the chord, which is going to be on the 7th fret of the A. Straight underneath there is you're going to put your pinky. So your 4th finger is going to go straight underneath on the D string of the 7th fret, and then right underneath that your 2nd finger is going to be on the 6th string of the G. So you should get A nice and clean. Should be able to hear all of those notes right there. Cool, so that's your A chord. Now to make the D chord, we are just going to use the 5th string bar chord. So you're going to bar all 5 strings, the top strings, which are the ones that sound high, right? So we've got from the A string through to the high E. We're going to bar that. Now when I play my A shape bar chord, I actually create a 2nd bar with my 3rd finger, if you haven't seen that already. But it is okay if you just want to make the A shape like that, which is, so if we're making a D chord, we're going to go 5th string down, so from the A string down all the way to the high E, and then your 2nd finger is going to play the 7th fret of the D, your 3rd finger will go straight underneath that 7th fret of the G string, and then straight underneath that will be your pinky. So you kind of get that look there, and you should still be able to hear everything. Oh, that was a little bit rough. Nice sound. So that's your D. Now, just like the alphabet, you're just going to move 2 frets up, and now you got E. That's pretty much all the chords that you need to know. At the end of this, I do have a bit of a jam-along track that you can play to. The first, and we go through the song twice. The first time round is just with the open chords, and then the second time round I play it with the bar chords. So that way you're able to play, but you can just play along because it's all still the same chords. I do throw in the 6th chord, the F sharp minor, and that's just at the end just to give it a little bit of movement among the song instead of just playing the 1, 4, 5 all the time. And then there we go. So if we can get that, remember 5th fret with our bar chord there. And to start us off, we're going to go to the A, to the E, to the A, and then we're going to do 2 accented E chords for the intro. And I started off just singing straight away. So if it was with the bar chords, we'll go Ka pioioi he tohu aroha hukaina E hoki maira, kia kite atu I to iwi E rota roto ana, e kata ana maira Pukana vetero. Alright, and that's pretty much the whole song all the way through. So what we're doing after we've done the intro, so the intro is just going A, accent E twice. And then when it gets to the verse, so when it goes E hoki maira, you're going to start off on the A, so E hoki maira, E hoki on the A, and we are moving on to the D, da 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 da, and now we're at the E, back down to D, and we're now on the A, turn around on E, and now we're on A, get ready to go to the D, and then we're going to E, and now we're at the E, back down to D, and we're at the D, A, and then we turn around on E, and there we are. Alright. Pupuhiai e te hau ka pohi o apuroi mata. That's right on D, and then ka pioioi e tohu aroha haukaina. Ka pioioi e tohu aroha haukaina. Alright, now what did I just do with that 6th chord? That's just on the 2nd fret. You're going to bar the whole 2nd fret, and it's just like playing that E chord again, just like on that when we just played that A major. So we got our 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the A, our 4th finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and then our 2nd finger is on the 3rd fret of the G. But because it's a minor chord, you can take that one off, not trying to give you the bird and flip you off, and that's how you get that chord. That's the relative minor. So that's the 6th chord. I played a little bit wrong. I actually go up to the 5th chord after that, and then down to the 4, and back to the 1. Okay, so when I mean 5th chord, that's the E, then the 4th chord down to the D, and then to the 1, which is the A. And then what I ended on is just the D, A. So 4, 1. So going Ka pioioi he tohu aroha haukaina E hoki maira, kia kite atu I to iwi e. So D, now to the E, and then to the D, and now to the A. To the E, and we'll act like we're going to the end of the song. So we're going Ka pioioi e tohu aroha haukaina. So the 6th chord. Now Ka pioioi e tohu aroha haukaina. Alright, so we've got our We've got our chords going. Now, just to get the strum for this, just so that there is a bit of the rhythmic practice with it. Kapaka strum, all good, you know, which if you're already doing kapaka strums, all good. Sweet as, it's just the 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? It's just as simple as that. And that is just me just going. I'm literally just going down, up, chug. Down, up, chug. That chug is an accent. That's what we know as an accent. All right. Intentional rhythm guitar playing is what Paul Jackson Jr. would say. So as we got it. And you can chuck in a little bit of an extra one in there, just as long as you're landing on that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. As long as you're getting that consistent, that's the main thing, right? Because this is so simple, it's a really good song to try and learn how to play and sing if you haven't got up to that stage of your playing yet. Just because it's the same chords and it's only just a 1-4-5 progression mainly, and if you want to chuck in that 6th chord, then that's ka pai as well, kei te pai, hoia te waka, and just have a go at it. But that's all that is. Now remember, with your right hand, keep it nice and relaxed. Now that's what we say with the strum. If you want to get that, accent chug, you're pretty much hitting this part of your, or what I hit this part on my my palm, and it's more of a flick of the wrist, but it's not an over exaggerated flick. It's just more like the but, and because I get that flick, this is what's hitting the guitar. And then that's how you get that. That's how you get that sound, right? All right, cool. Have a go with the play along track. Well, I said you usually go through the song twice. You'll see what I mean in the jam along track. The first time through, I played in the open chord position. Then the second time through, I played in the bar chord position. It does not matter. You can play the open chords with the bar chords and it will still work. You can play the bar chords with the open chords. It will still work. Whichever way, it will work because they're still the same chords. Other than that, kia pai tōra. Have a great day. And we'll see you at the next video. Subscribe to the channel. More content on the way. Sure.
Ka pioioi he tōu aroha hukaina E hoki maira Kia kite atu I tō iwi E rota roto ana E kata ana maira Ukana petero mai te ihi ao matua Kia kite atu ano I toa taua kana para Upuhi ai e te rau ka pohi o akuroi mata Ka pioioi he tōu aroha hukaina E hoki maira Kia kite atu I tō iwi E rota ana E kata ana maira Ukana petero mai I te ihi ao matua Kia kite atu ano I toa taua kana para Upuhi ai e te hau ka pohi o akuroi mata Ka pioioi he